So we have studied about different causes of pollution or different types of pollution, and we studied about air pollution and water pollution. Next we have to study is about the land pollution. Dumping of toxic waste on land causes land pollution. This damages the quality of land, making it unfit for agriculture or plantation. Restoring the quality of land that has already been damaged is a big problem. So land pollution is a very big problem. You might have seen, see, like some places are there where the people are putting waste. Okay. So if that waste is removed from there, if some areas are there where they are dumping this plastic or other things like that, and in that area, after some time, or if that waste is there for maybe 1 year or 2 years, it is being there like that, that area is fully abandoned like that, it is there. Even after that, if they fully remove this waste and if they try to cultivate there, nothing will come out there. You know. So there even grass is not growing. You might have seen, noticed. You know. So grass also, in any other empty places there, grass will be growing there, it will become like big bush and forest. But where we are depositing the waste, especially the plastic and other type of materials are there. So there, any grass is also not growing. You know, if you just simply spread a plastic sheet on the ground, and if you keep it like that, even if grass is there already, and if you cover the grass and just leave that place empty there, for if you keep it for maybe like 1 or 2 months, after that you will come to know that under that nothing remaining. And even after that, if you plant something, it will not be growing anything. You know, so the fertility of the land will be getting disturbed. Okay, spoiled. So first of all, the land needs air circulation, sunlight, all these type of things are required. You know, so the fertility of the land will be maintained with the help of the air as well as the sunlight and so on. So there are plants growing there. So plants will be taking some materials, and naturally that plant will fall down there itself, and the plants, the leaves of the plant and other type of things will become part of the land. You know. So that will be again becoming, it will be decomposing, and it will increase the fertility. But what happens is that we use cultivation, and when we are cultivating, like we are doing, like if we are cultivating wheat. So when we are cultivating wheat, what we do is that we put some like fertilizers we are using. So many of the people, they use artificial fertilizers. So if we are using cow dung or compost or these type of things, then it is not going to spoil the fertility. But when we are using artificial fertilizers, then what we do is that, say, like if in this much area, if 1 kilogram of wheat is to be produced normally, what we are using is that we use more fertilizers and try to create a 3 kilogram of wheat from there. You know, so that is what we are doing. We plant very powerful seeds. We purchase very like hybrid seeds and all, and we plant it, and we use a lot amount of fertilizers. And if any insects and all are coming to attack, then we use pesticides. You know, so spraying of pesticides are there. So by doing, and if these pesticides are falling into the ground, and it will be absorbing, and these small insects, those who are there, so these insects and all are necessary. You know, so like you can see like earthworm, or these type of small insects are there in the earth. That is necessary for making, like even though what they are doing is that these earthworms are moving. So when the earthworms are moving, then they will be eating the mud, and they make the land a little soft. Isn't it? So they are moving, they are going through. So when they are on their path, the air circulation will be there. Okay. So but when you are using fertilizers and so on, so much amount of fertilizers are used, because of that this earthworm and other type of small insects and all, they will die. So then this movement will not be there. Do you understand?
So but this, if there will be these insects, then the crop will not grow?
Crop will not be fully spoiled, only few will be spoiled.
But if partially, sir, if farmer invested 10,000 and his 5,000 crops destroyed by the insects.
No, there are natural methods for, instead of using pesticides, there are also natural methods are there. Okay. See, like
So teachers teaching in class 11th and 12th, may please come to the office. Those who are teaching in class 11th and 12th, may please come to the office.
Next, we have to study about noise pollution. Noise caused by the running of factories and vehicles is not merely the source of annoyance, but is also a serious health hazard. Noise pollution can be responsible for many diseases like loss of hearing, malfunctioning of the heart, and mental disorder. Okay, so the noise pollution is you can see like when you are there nearby the road, there are some vehicles going. So when the vehicle is going itself, there is a noise is there, and sometimes they are using the like horn, some type of air horns and all are there, and they are I think they are simply switching it on and simply going. You know, so if there are nobody in the road, then also they are on, they are pressing and going. And as per the rule, government rule, traffic rules are there that at night we are not, any vehicle is not permitted to give horn. Okay, only with the dimming of light they have to give signal. Okay, at night they are not supposed to use any horn. But you can see like here truck drivers and all are there, even at 12 o'clock they are playing this one and going. And if any marriage function or anything like that is there, then they are keeping like a DJ music and all. And all night they are playing these things and making so much amount of disturbance. Isn't it? So for them it is enjoyment, but for other person, those who are not connected with this one or things like that, so there will be a disturbance. And people, those who are living nearby the factories or any kind of institutions like that, there also they are making a huge amount of noise. So that will create a lot amount of disturbance. Not only creating just disturbance, but it can create some kind of health problems. So if a person is regularly engaged in listening very high frequency sounds, it can spoil their eardrums. Okay, so there it will spoil, they will not be able to listen properly. Like if a person is regularly listening to very high pitch sound, very high frequency sound, then it will become like he will not be able to listen small sounds. First the problem will be. So such a way, if it continues like that, or there are even some people nowadays, there are so many headsets and all are coming. You know, some wireless headsets are there, some other type of headsets are there, which goes even into the inside the this one. You know, some rubber type thing is there, it goes inside, and a very nice sound is there, and people are keeping this one nicely. Some wireless headset also, and they are simply enjoying the music. You know, so it is good to enjoy the music, but if you are keeping it very much inside, and when you press the volume button on the mobile itself, they will show you if it is like up to 7 number of volumes are there. When it reaches more than 7, they give you a warning that listening in a high volume can damage your ears. When you see that message only, you will press more. So that is the people temptation is that when you see something, if we are telling that you don't do, then we feel like to do it more. So people are there, so they are telling they don't have any problem. Companies are just showing it in order to get rid of their responsibility. They cannot, after giving this message, the company, if they say that your ear is damaged, and if you file a case against the company will say that we have already told you not use it. Isn't it? So if you are using it after that, it is your problem. Okay, so these type of things are there that can spoil our ears. Okay, and if you see like if you are having some problem, and some type of this type of like a sound can create even mental disorders. Some people are there, those who are working, those who are always hearing this sound so much frequently, they can get distracted. Their concentration will lose. First of all, if you are studying, imagine that if you are studying, and see like if marriage function is there just nearby you, and you are having exam tomorrow and you are studying for that, and if marriage function is there, they will be playing some DJ music and so on, and you will not be able to concentrate on your studies. So all the more you are already say like exam is there tomorrow, you will be in tension, and you are studying, then you are not understanding anything, then tension will increase. And if the sound is coming more, and then you are all the more you are not able to study, so you will be in so much tension. So then all these tensions will bring up together, and people will be going in some kind of mental disorders like that. So all these type of things comes together. So it depends on the attitude of the people also, what sort of mentality the people are having. Based on that, this will be affecting the people. So there are some people will be some people are there big problems, they take it very lightly. But some people very small problems, they will take as very big issues. You know, see, like you are sitting and studying, somebody is just coming and touching you, then they will get angry. You know, why are you coming and touching me? You know, or why are you disturbing me? I am studying here. Can't you see that? You know, so like that they will start. Somebody is there when I am studying, so they will be, if somebody is making noise or something is there, they don't bother about those things. You know, so it depends on the attitude of the people. But when these sounds are there, then these kinds of sounds can spoil or it can create some kind of health problems. Next we need to study is about the need for pollution control. Why the pollution control is necessary. So there are so many type of pollutions that we have studied. Now we will study how or why this is necessary. Pollution prevention or control is needed to persevere precious environmental resources and to improve the environmental quality so that the preserved resources can be utilized for the benefit of mankind and the improvement of health and well-being of people. The amount of damage to a particular medium, air, water, land varies according to the type of pollutant, the amount of pollutant disposed of, and the distance from the source of pollution. But all pollutants alter the quality of the environment and render it to some degree unfit to preserve normal life. People are now raising their voice loudly against pollution generating activities. So there are so many pollution generating activities are there, and there are so many pollutants are there. So the impact of this pollution is depending on how much far we are from. You know, so if it is very closer to us, even it's like a sound is there. If you are just very close to you, then it can spoil, it can give more impact. But if you are very far away from there, or if there is a factory just closer to that this one, then it will affect us more. But if we are a little 1 kilometer distance is there, then it will not affect much. Like if we see, like when we were staying there in that flat we were staying, so we were just like less than 100-meter distance from the highway. So we were sleeping at night, and my son was there, and when he is sleeping, and someone truck and roll is going, and when they blow the air, he will get up and he will start crying, and then we will also get up. You know, so if we get disturbed. But now when we are here, then there are no, means the distance from the road is there little, at least some 300-400 meter. Even see, like the sound is coming, but we cannot even listen that. Means there are no much issues like that. You know. But there are some peacocks and other type of things are there, but making disturbance like that. But anyhow, it is natural, so we cannot. There are some and early mornings, and there are some birds which is coming and knocking on the glass there, because we are having that transparent glass, and it is looking like mirror. You know. So when they see from there, they see that they are enemies, so they will go and attack. You know. And they are coming and dashing on the. So we need not use any alarm. You know, morning 6 o'clock they will start knocking them. You know, so it will do. So some kind of disturbances like that are there. So these type of things are there. So when we are living in a very natural environment, so these kinds of pollutants are spoiling the atmosphere. You know, so the air and the water and all these type of things, they are very much good. And if you are living in such a situation, then it can be very much healthy also. But there are some type of things or the needs of the pollution control. Why we need to use the pollution control measures? So the first one, reduction of health hazards. There is increasing evidence that many diseases like cancer, heart attacks, and lung complaints are caused by pollutants in the environment. Pollution control measures cannot only check the seriousness of such diseases, but also can supportive of a healthy life on earth. So there are so many like the sicknesses are there. So people are getting affected by different sicknesses. Okay, and the reason for these sicknesses are many of these pollutions. Is the food that we are eating or the environment, the things that we are getting, all these type of things are having the problem. So if we are using proper pollution control measures, then the life of the people can be increased. Then reduce the risk of liability. It is possible that an enterprise is held liable to pay compensation to people affected by the toxicity of gases, liquid and solid wastes. It has been released into the environment. Therefore, it is sound business policy to install pollution control devices in its premises to reduce the risk of liability. So, like if a factory is producing so much amount of smoke or leaving very contaminated water into the water or any river. So what happens is that the people around that area, they will maybe complaining, so they will go and complain, and they will file a case in the court, and the court will study about that, and after that court will make a fine, or in that nearby area, if all the people are affected, then the company will have to pay compensation to the money. Like if any people are getting sick, then the treatment expenditure. If anybody died, then for them compensation has to be given by the company. So it will become a burden for the company. It will become a liability for the company. But if they are using some pollution control measures, if like air pollution is there, or if you are using proper filters and so on, and if it is not, it will reduce the amount of health problems in the society. So this type of risk can be avoided. Okay. The next one, cost saving. An effective pollution control program is also needed to save cost of operating business. Cost saving are particularly noticeable when important production technology results in greater waste, which leads to higher cost of waste disposal and the cost of cleaning the plants. So, see, like if we are using high quality machines, so like low quality machines and all are there, then it will produce more amount of wastage, or more amount of pollutants will be there. Then after that, controlling that pollutants will be a very expensive procedure. So like once like a smoke is there, if we have to purify the smoke, how much money that we are spending for producing the product, even more money has to be spent on that. Okay, but if you are using good technology, good machines are there, high quality machines if you are using, then they normally produce less amount of pollutants only. You might have seen like some cars and all are there. Now the latest cars which is coming, like especially the BS6 cars and all are there. So the air which is coming out of the air pipe is very just like transparent. You cannot see anything. But all the truck and all is there. If it is going, then if you are wearing white shirt, it will become black color. So the smoke is coming so much thick. Smoke is there. If one car is going or bike is going, after that you cannot see anything. Fully black, only smoke will be visible. So that is the older technology. So the older technology was there. So if we are using better technology, same like the machine also, some old generator and all is there, you might have seen like rotating that one, and it will be giving so much amount of smoke. But we are having a generator there, then that generator is like it is silent also, it is not creating much sound, as well as it is giving only that air will be coming out. The only full filter, everything is there, so very silent as well as very let's say less amount of pollution. It does not mean that it is not producing any amount of pollution. It is producing, but comparatively less. So less amount of money only will be spent for the maintenance of these things. Okay. Then improved public image. As a society becomes increasingly conscious of environment quality, firms, policies and practices for controlling waste will increasingly influence people's attitude towards its working. So like nowadays people have become more aware about these type of things. Earlier people were not thinking, or they were not worried about the what the factory is there, or if pollution is there, they don't worry about those things. But now, because of the impact of this social media and so on, or people education level has been increased, people started listening to the newses, so they are worried, or they are thinking, they are spending some time for understanding what is happening. Okay. So those kind of things are there that they are taking care. So that is why the public image of like if a company is there which is taking care of the environment, they will have a good image. So in order to build up a good image, the companies are trying to build up good like pollution control measures and all are used. Then next one, other social benefits. Pollution control results in many other benefits like clearer visibility, cleaner buildings, better quality of life, and the availability of natural products in the purer forms. So we will get if proper pollution control, if we are not polluting the environment, then we will get a better life, or better lifestyle can be there. So better environment will be there. The building is like if in our room, if we are using a very smoky generator, then it will be leaving smoke, and the color of, if this room is of white color, after 2-3 years or after a few months, the color of the entire building will become blackish color. You know, so we have to paint the building, some maintenance of the building and all will be there. So such kind of expenditures will be there. Okay, so that is about the different needs of the pollution control. Then next we have to study is about the role of business in environmental protection. Since the quality of the environment is important for all of us, we have a collective responsibility to protect it from being spoiled. Whether it is a government, business enterprise, consumers, workers or other members of society, each one can do something to stop polluting the environment. Government can enact laws to ban hazardous product. Consumers, workers and the members of the society can avoid using certain products and doing things that are not environment friendly. So that we cannot say that it is the duty of the government to protect the environment or government to reduce the amount of pollution. It is the responsibility of everyone. You know. So we also have to take care. Government has to take care, and business people. If everybody is trying that we will be protecting the environment, we will be reducing the pollution, then this is possible. If one person, if government is banning, but the companies are not ready, they are even continuing. So such kind of things are there. There will be always pollution and problems will be there. You know. So like if we are there, we are the customers, and imagine that if we are going to market, the government is telling that you should not use polythene bags. But what people are doing is that they are going with a free hand and going purchasing in a polythene bag and bringing things and throwing it somewhere and spoiling the environment. You know. So small things that we are doing that should be we should try to protect the environment. We should purchase the product. We should take when you are going to the market, you take a small bag and go and purchase the things in that bag and bring it, so that the less amount of this one will be used. And like writing, so some are using simply like papers and some are simply wasting. So that those things you should not do. And when you are purchasing products, especially the products which are packed in, most of the products that we are getting is covered in plastic bags. So plastic coated ones are there. So, but there are some companies also are producing paper bags and things like that. So when we are purchasing those type of products, then demand for such type of product. If all people started purchasing that, then all companies will be producing the products in this one only. Now people are purchasing, they are producing in plastic and giving, we are easily purchasing. For us also it is very much comfortable, so we are using it. So that is why it continues. So how much things possible in our own methods, we have to try to reduce it. Okay, so there are some important things that we have to, some of the specific steps which can be taken by business enterprises for environmental protection are as stated below. A definite committee by top management of an enterprise to create, maintain and develop a work culture for environmental protection. So the management, top level management can make a committee which will be taking care of the environmental protection and seeing to it that the products they are producing is in a less like a polluting way. Okay. Ensuring the commitment to the environmental protection is shared through the enterprise by all divisions of employees. So this committee has to see to it that the things are going in a smooth way. And developing clear-cut policies and programs for purchasing goods. They should have a clear policy towards the purchasing of the products. They should see to it that they purchase only good quality products. They should not use any malpractices and so on. Then complying with the laws and regulations enacted by the government. So rules, there are so many rules and regulations that they have to follow. And participation in government programs relating to the management of hazardous substances. The government is conducting some programs and all in order to reduce the hazardous things, so they should cooperate with this type of activities. And periodical assessment of pollution control programs. So there are like we are using like filters and other type of things are used. So but once if it is used, then it will not be running forever. So once in a while we have to check it whether it is working, and if it is not working, then we have to change it. All these things has to be there. Then arranging educational workshops and training materials to share technical information and experience with suppliers, dealers and customers. So they should provide proper education and information to the people, customers and so on. Okay, so that is the another way. So these are the different role of a business in environmental protection. And the next topic is business ethics. This topic has been cancelled. So this chapter is over. All these topics are remaining portion has been cancelled about business ethics. So this will not be there. You can just cross it. So this topic has been cancelled. Okay. So that's all about the chapter. Okay, thank you so much.